what's going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today we're going to be checking out some Call of Duty Modern Warfare Rebirth Island. Probably the best thing that goes on in Call of Duty nowadays, personally for me at least. I don't really play 6v6 too often, besides on my daily streams, which I do over on Twitch. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, I highly suggest doing so. But besides that, in my free time, I always play Rebirth. It's just so much fun. I enjoy Warzone a lot more than 6v6 right now because obviously that's where all the love is going to. All the developers are putting all their focus into making sure that Warzone is a good experience. And for me personally, the original Warzone map of Verdansk is just, oh my god, it's awful. It's way too large. It's not really that enjoyable for me in my personal opinion. But Rebirth, on the other hand, it's very fast-paced, close-quarter combat, constant action, and the factor of having your teammates respawn on you if you're still alive really adds a little tactical twist. You have to really think about how you play. And when it's a final guy in the squad, you have to hunt him down, you have to chase him. Because if you don't kill him, his team's going to come back, and they might come back for you as well. So honestly, I gotta say Rebirth is probably the best part of Call of Duty right now. But all of this stuff is besides the point. Today's commentary is going to be about how Call of Duty 2021 is supposed to be a World War II shooter. Now, if you guys haven't followed me over on Twitter already, the link to that is in the description. But over on Twitter, Tom Henderson, a very reliable leaker when it comes to everything that's Call of Duty, goes ahead and says what I've heard so far with COD 2021. Sledgehammer games, gritty and likely going to be controversial like Modern Warfare, boots on the ground, guerrilla-like warfare, and Warzone integration. And also on top of that, another leaker went ahead and posted this image, and this guy's been on point a lot of times in the past when it comes to Call of Duty and the future titles, and it's just Call of Duty World War II. Self-explanatory. Basically, what everybody is hinting at here is that the next Call of Duty game is going to be World War II. This worries me, because I believe it. I 110% believe it. I could see them putting in a World War II shooter because it works perfectly in the trio. Even though a more near-futuristic title, even sticking to modern day or anything like that, would be 10 times better since we just got done with World War II. But they're not going to do that. I think that the head of Activision thinks this is the most logical idea because they can integrate easily any World War II weapon into the Modern Warfare mix, and I'm not going to complain. This is actually pretty cool. I can see this working. I can see tons of World War II weapons coming in to Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone because obviously Modern Warfare Warzone is modern day. You can't have too many futuristic things. You know, you can't have jetpacks in a modern day game. You can't have all this futuristic tech in a Modern Warfare game. No, so far, it's just a Vietnam Cold War era, which is Black Ops Cold War, which fits perfectly in modern day because you can get stuff like that. And then World War II would be the perfect fit as well, because you can get World War II weapons into a modern day as well. It's not impossible, it's definitely doable. So the point that I'm trying to make here is I think that Call of Duty 2021 is going to be a World War II shooter. It's just going to fit perfectly. You know, they can't do any other smaller wars. They can't do anything that wasn't well known. World War II is the easiest thing they could possibly do because everybody knows about it. Now, again, I don't hate World War II shooters. Honestly, World War II shooters are some of my favorites. That's what I grew up on. That's what I love. You know, Call of Duty started out on World War II. Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3. World War II isn't bad. But when you do it too often and too repetitively, especially nowadays, where Modern Warfare games take over pretty much all the franchises as the most popular games that are released everywhere, whether it's Battlefield, Call of Duty, Rainbow, it doesn't matter what game it is. If it's modern day style, it does so much better and it sells way better than any World War II shooter at this point. But despite all of these things, let's still play it. Like I said, I love World War II shooters. You can't go wrong with that. I'm a major Call of Duty World at War fan, and I still play it till this day. Just go back and look at the past few gameplays. Call of Duty 4 World at War gameplays. I play it all the time. It's fantastic over some of the more current games that we've been getting in the Call of Duty franchise. So don't get me wrong, I would love to see a World War II game come into the franchise, and also it would be good for the implementation of Warzone to have World War II loot in it. It would be awesome. Cold War Vietnam style weapons, modern weapons, World War II weapons. It would be insane. And then maybe 4 to 5 years down the road, they could just say, screw it. Who cares about, you know, all the realism stuff in Modern Warfare? Let's add jetpacks. Let's add this, and all the futuristic weapons will come in. But current day, how it's working right now, I don't think they want to mess with the current fan base they have going on here. The current fan base, I think, for Modern Warfare would more than likely enjoy a World War II shooter a little bit more. But the problem here is that the World War II shooter is being made by Sledgehammer Games, who made Call of Duty World War II. The disaster of a game. And to be honest with you guys, it wasn't that bad by the end of its life cycle. When it had more content, maps, weapons, all this stuff, the overhaul, all that stuff made the game a lot better. But in its prime, It was booty cheeks. And also, Sledgehammer Games doesn't know how to make a real World War II shooter. It was a disgrace in the eyes of Call of Duty World at War. World War II had maybe 10 times the amount of content that World at War had. But what was missing was the World War II vibes. The nitty-gritty gameplay that we all know and love from a World War II shooter was nowhere in Call of Duty World War II, along with the fact that they kept censoring history, was mind-boggling. I couldn't believe that they're censoring history with the Nazis and all this bull crap. They're making up a fake storyline, basically, for a World War II shooter. You cannot mess with history. That is one thing you cannot do. Modern-day shooters, near-futuristic shooters, go ahead. Twist it around. But when you make a game that's revolving around World War II, you have to be correct with it. The fact that they're backing down from all of these, massive media companies because they're scared that they're going to be stricken down, saying, oh, look, they have the Nazi symbols in their game. Oh, my God. Oh, ban them, ban them. The fact that they cater to those guys over the people who actually care about the history of these actual wars is just disgusting to me. And the funniest part is that in the first leak that I showed you guys earlier in the picture, it was claimed from the leaks that this is supposed to be the exact same way as Modern Warfare. Very nitty and gritty, very gruesome, and you guys know how Modern Warfare was. I mean, they were shooting children in the story mode. It was actually, hard to watch at certain times, I'm not going to lie to you. But they say this every single year. They said that with Black Ops Cold War, and even though I didn't play the campaign or anything like that, I couldn't tell, about the nitty-gritty vibes and the actual multiplayer. If I go back to Call of Duty World at War right now and hop into multiplayer, I feel the nitty-gritty vibes. I can feel it in campaign too. I feel it across the whole game. Call of Duty World War II made by Sledgehammer had it nowhere. The campaign felt nothing like a World War II shooter. The multiplayer felt nothing like a World War II shooter. It was so strange. And to see Sledgehammer coming back and making a second World War II shooter after they proved they couldn't make one before is so weird. Don't you think they would want to switch it up? You just made a World War II shooter. Why are you making another? Aren't you bored? That means they literally spent 3 years to make the first Call of Duty World War II, and then they spent the next 3 years doing the same thing, making another, that's 6 years straight of doing only World War II. How is that not driving you insane, Sledgehammer? Honestly, I think there's going to be no passion behind this game. Absolutely none. How could you have passion behind a project that you've been working on the same category for that long? It has to wear you out at some points. I guarantee you the only reason this is happening is, once again, Activision is forcing them to do this. This is not Sledgehammer's option. I guarantee you, Activision sees World War II weapons being very viable in the Warzone scene to make sure Warzone's better, but they're not thinking about the mass product, the 6v6 experience, the campaign, the actual health, the mental health of the developers making these games from being drawn out and tired from doing the same thing so long. What are they thinking? It's all for Warzone. It's every last bit is for Warzone. But all I gotta say is that if Sledgehammer Games can go ahead and make an actual World War II shooter, I'll be happy. I will be happy. I'm not going to lie. It's not going to be enjoyable regardless because skill-based matchmaking is still going to be in there. So, yes, we're still going to be complaining and whining because it's still going to be an absolute sweaty experience. But when it comes down to the actual gameplay, I wouldn't mind seeing a World War II shooter. I just feel like we need something to be made up for us when it came to Call of Duty World War II. It was such a letdown compared to World at War. I want something with the vibes. The content was there in the game. The content was there. There was so much to do. But it didn't feel like World War II. If the leaks are true and this is going to be a very nitty-gritty experience, then by all means I'm going to be hyped. But if it's just another World War II experience, the recent World War II to be exact, I'm not going to be hyped for this. If anything, Battlefield's going to take down this franchise because more than likely, Battlefield's going to have a modern-day shooter. And regardless, even if it's not a modern-day shooter, even if it's a futuristic shooter, who cares? They're not going to do another old-school game. They already did World War I and World War II back-to-back. There's no possible way they're not doing anything near-futuristic or modern-day. Whatever it is, it's going to stomp out COD just simply because it's not an old-school game. That's just how things work when it comes to FPS genre. I promise you, modern-day games get tons of sales. Old school games, even though they're really awesome, they don't get tons of sales. It's just how things work. But guys, do me a favor and leave your comments down below. Are you guys disappointed that the leaks are leading towards the direction of a World War II shooter? Or are you guys happy that it's going to be a World War II shooter? Like I said, I don't mind it. I'm excited for a World War II shooter. I think it's pretty cool. But the thing for me is that Sledgehammer Games sucks so bad at making World War II shooters. I'd just rather not have it done. If Treyarch was making it, it would be a different story because Treyarch nails these type of shooters. But my goodness. Oh, God, if it doesn't feel like World War II, it's just going to be a flop. That's the moral of the story. But guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like, and by all means, if you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, going to chat with me, there's 2 ways to do so. I have Twitter and Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also going to catch you live streams some video games I do over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.